This patient is being treated for a rotator cuff-like injury. The symptoms are that they basically can't put their arm behind their back much above their belt, actually at the bottom of their belt. And in this video, Rhonda is going to treat the muscles in the upper arm in order to relieve the tension on the shoulder. This is a trigger point acupuncture treatment. That means that it's not a traditional Chinese acupuncture treatment where needles are just inserted and essentially left alone. This is a more active technique, and if you look at the video now, you'll see that Rhonda is actually probing around the arm looking for unnaturally tight muscles. She probes the different muscles. You can see him kind of hopping, her thumb kind of hopping across the muscles once in a while. And she does what she calls trapping the muscle when she finds a particularly sensitive or tight spot. When she traps it, she'll then insert a needle into that part of the muscle and begin probing it. The needles are individually wrapped, sterilely individually wrapped with a plastic sheet over top. This first needle we call, it's kind of an industry term, it's called a hollow needle. She's inserted into the muscle, she probes around, and both the patient and Rhonda feel nothing from the choice of location. So she'll quickly remove that needle and begin to look for a second spot. Once she starts probing, I'm going to want you to watch the part of the arm which is above her fingers but below the shoulder, kind of on the outside edge. And you'll see twitches, more formally known as fasciculations, occurring there based on her probing. There's a twitch right above her finger. Another one, a couple more. There's a little one, another one. So what's happening, there's another large one. So what's happening is the stimulation of the muscles forcing it to involuntarily twitch. The theory here with this type of acupuncture is that twitching, which is kind of a strong twitch, eventually fatigues the muscle. Muscle being kind of out of balance and too tense, and it's creating a pulling force on the shoulder, and thus creating the pain up in the shoulder, even though the actual problem is down inside the arm. On this series of fasciculations, I want you to watch above where the needle is, up on the top of the shoulder. You'll see quite a bit of activity there. Once again, she pins and traps the needle. There's some twitching. See the shoulder kind of dipping down. There's a large one, another one. If you think of the muscles kind of as a band, coming up your arm and going and attaching to your shoulder, you could perhaps visualize how that might, have a large pulling force on the joint itself. And the perception is that the problem is in the joint, but the problem is that the muscles are pulling on the joint. This third needle is going to go between the other two. With within a week or so, this patient experienced 3 or 4 inches of improvement in their range of motion based on this treatment. Over the following 6 weeks, they probably got 80 or 90% of their range of movement back. There's some twitching. In general, trigger point acupuncture is great for muscularly caused problems. Certain things it is not good for various kinds of disease, etc. But pain in the body, in joints and in traditional parts of our body like our low back or our neck, are often muscularly triggered, and relieving the muscles very frequently releases the pain associated with that tension.